Okay, hi everybody and welcome. It is April 2nd, 2026, and this is the KubeStellar community meeting for that day. Just came back from KubeCon in Amsterdam, so I have some updates about that, and I'll share that with you as part of the highlights. And we'll talk a lot more about console and some of the changes and things that I've learned from talking with others. Can someone tell me if they can? Yeah, I think we're doing fine. Yeah, I think I don't think, let's see if I can share my window. Okay, now we'll get going. Okay, so if you want access to this specific agenda, you go to kubestellar.io/join_us. And when you go there, you'll be asked to join a Google group. Once you join the Google group, you'll get access to this and many more artifacts. You'll be able to read, list, add items to this agenda, etc. This agenda is at kubestellar.io/agenda, and our YouTube channel is at kubestellar.io/TV. That's where we post these meetings after we've completed recording them. Okay, if you have any meeting agenda topics, please opine them below in the April 2nd, 2026 meeting agenda. And we'll start off with our contributor code of conduct. We are proud members of the Sandbox community at CNCF. And so, as contributors and maintainers in the CNCF community and in the interest of fostering an open and welcoming community, we pledge to respect all people who contribute to reporting issues, posting feature requests, updating documentation, submitting pull requests or patches, and other activities. We are committed to making participation in the CNCF community a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, personal appearance, body size, ethnicity, race, age, religion, or nationality. And what I like to always say just means please be nice to each other. Okay, so again, April 2nd, 2026, where we are. So to join our CNCF Slack org, it's kubestellar-dev, pound kubestellar-dev, and you can get yourself an invitation to that by going to this inviter. And once you get there, go to this link, and that's our page. That's our Slack channel. We just got back from KubeCon EU in Amsterdam. It took place between the 23rd and the 26th. We had an accepted talk. Paolo and Braulio talked about multi-tenancy using KubeFlex and KubeVirt and a couple other technologies, open source technologies in the CNCF. That talk went really well. They had a lot of attendance for a Thursday that was pretty impressive. So congratulations to Paolo and Braulio. They also showed that it was incorporated and integrated with the console in demo mode currently, but we hope to expand that to be live mode in the future. So we look to support them. I was at the Partner Pavilion on March 25th, had some really good discussions with a lot of cool people. Be following up with them in the future. And I had a lightning talk on March 23rd, which was really well received and well attended. I think there was over 200 people in the room. So that was really cool. So overall, the attendance for this KubeCon, I think, was really high. And I think it was one of the most widely attended, most densely attended CNCF KubeCons that I've ever seen. And yeah, so there was a lot of interesting projects there. They were all talking about AI and telemetry and feedback mechanisms and learning what's going wrong with your clusters and so forth. So there's a lot of that out there. So AI is upon us in full force. I think I also sensed some trepidation from a lot of the people that were there. The dichotomy or the hypocrisy seems to be lots of people use ChatGPT or Claude or Copilot or Anti-Gravity or Goose or whoever else you can mention. But when it comes to setting those things free on your clusters, people seem to have reservations. So I think there's a lot of work to be done around guardrails and protecting people from inadvertent escape of information, potentially, whether it be private or publicly held, et cetera, et cetera. So I think there's a lot more work to be done there, but I don't think it's hard to overcome. It's just going to take some time. So there's some places to investigate there. The new KubeStellar console was very well received. People did really very much appreciate it, and we're excited about the prospect and the future that it holds. And specifically, people like the idea of having one pane of glass to control all of the operations for particular clusters. And they also like the new mission control feature, which I'll go over here at the end as part of the demonstration. Um, Okay. So any questions or comments, anything you'd like to add, Paulo, to the discussion for not Paulo, Braulio, for KubeCon, since you attended and spoke as well?
No, no, thank you. I think I covered it pretty well, and and we're working to provide updated demo tenancy framework with some live instruction. We're gonna provide it shortly.
Very good. Okay. All right. Thank you, Braulio. Okay. Any other comments or questions for KubeCon? All right. Next, KubeCon, I believe, is in Utah at the end of the year. I should be there. We'll see, unless somebody else would like to fill in and represent KubeStellar there. Okay, so here's the IFOS intern for open source update. So as you know, we've had an internship session started in March. We're almost halfway through that session. The program definition was as follows. We did a little bit of work on documentation and self-service enablement and an integration and ecosystem development specialist. And basically what we're trying to do this semester is we're focused on really two main things. One is open as many bugs as possible against the console to make it as strong a sub project as can possibly be, and just shore that up. And in addition to that is to gain as many adopters as possible. So we've been doing, I think, a pretty good job on both ends. I've just started work on building out the code coverage model for a console. The goal is to reach 80% or better. I hope to have that completed by this end of this week. And the interns are working on opening up bugs in areas of the console that are deeper in reach than they had previously. So they're making good progress and finding things much deeper in the project than had been doing in the past. So I'd say we have some positive momentum. Things are not tripping people up as much in terms of using it from the get-go. So that benefits all our users. People will not find bugs that they had previously found, and increasing the code coverage that we've been doing has been an enormous help in uh, continuing to use AI to fix bugs, but also not making any regression, reducing the amount of regression, if any. So that's really been helpful. We continue to work with Cornell and Georgia Tech, and the next step here is LFX internship two. And the term starts, I believe, in May. I have to look up but we have three programs that will be opened. There'll be a back end, AI test engineer, a front end, AI test engineer, and a mission control AI test engineer. All this is going towards making sure that the front end, the back end, and the mission control features and functions for the project are as solidly defined, architected, and resilient as possible. And this will all be done by creating tests and finding outcomes and fixing problems that stem from those. So that's it right now for the LFX. Anyone with any questions for internship potential, either as a mentor or mentee, please DM me, Club Anderson on the KubeStellar Dev channel. Also looking for external maintainers for the project. Most of the people that you see on this call represent IBM Research or IBM in general. And so therefore we're looking for people outside of IBM to help maintain the project. It's a low commitment proposal, so if you are interested in becoming an external maintainer for KubeStellar console, we'd love to entertain I'd love to entertain the possibility. Please contact me. Okay, that does it for me for um, IFOS. Anyone want any questions? Okay. All right. Next up is KubeStellar. KubeStellar. Mike, do you have anything you want to make mention of? Mike, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Just navigating to the unmute button. So yeah, the main thing is the upgrade to Kubernetes 1.32. We have one person working on that slowly. I wish otherwise, but that's the way it is. Um, I don't want to merge other things in the meantime because that it has a fairly big cross section. So at the moment, trying to exclusively focus on that and then land that and then move on to other things.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. All right, docs and website. I don't think I see Kevin on the call, so I don't think we have an update there. If there's anything. Okay, so I think we can, that's providing an update, no content PRs. Okay, so I guess this is some kind of menu failure and legacy docs are giving a 404. So I hope that Kevin has either fixed that or addressed it. Okay. All right. Anybody with any comments or questions on the main parts of the agenda before we move on to more console demonstrations? Okay. Okay. So today I wanted to take you through AI missions. Let's see if I can actually get this going here. So this is the console, as you've come to know and love. It's actually monitoring real-time things that are happening in my clusters. And this is AI missions. So let me go ahead and increase the font size so people can see what's going on. So as so the basics here on this right-hand side, these AI missions, okay, is you have you have an indicator of how many missions you've been working on. You can see there's listed two here. You have the ability to start a new mission, so you can give a verbal prompt as to what you'd like to do or investigate. And there's some examples of what that might be there. There is a what's called the community missions or the missions file missions explorer, and then there's something new called the mission controller. And so here you have the ability to increase and decrease font size. You can go full screen, you can minimize, and you can close the mission sidebar. So let's go ahead and take a look. So to start a new mission, right now I'm in demo mode. So let me see if I can switch that out, see if it'll. Okay, I have to authorize the agent. So right now it knows that I have 5 agents. I'll approve and enable that. So it now is allowing me to use the agents. We put that in as a feature request from some people that didn't want us to automatically turn on AI agents. I think that was a good one. So now I have my choice of different agents that are available on my local system. I can select which one I want, and then I can use whichever one I want for the purpose of AI missions. Just let's say I want to use Copilot CLI, right? You'll see things are checked, changed here. I'll leave it with Claude for now. But I also have the now I can start a new mission. And I can check out which clusters have, let's say, high CPU or GPU usage, etc. But I can also do something called browse the community missions. So these community missions are all held in a repository called console-kb. And in console-kb, we have two types of missions. We have fixes and we have installers. The installers are for all 238 or plus, or I think there's 240 in the CNCF right now, 240 open source projects that are within the CNCF. This is not exclusive to them, but right now these are the ones that we cover. Inside that, you have basically this is what a mission looks like. Mission is more or less a yeah, so this is the multi-tenancy setup that Braulio showed off in Paulo and Braulio's discussion up at KubeCon in Amsterdam. So this is the types of this is you can include all the metadata information, title, description, the commands that should be run, and you get a nice looking output like this. It'll check for existing components where if they should be running. It'll install them if they're missing, and then it'll configure them to make them do something interesting, which in this case is multi-tenancy. Okay? It even gives you an output as to what's to be expected. It has uninstall as well as troubleshooting prompts in it as well. So this will all be used by AI Mission to install the solution as well as troubleshoot it or uninstall it. You also have the ability to improve it by adding a PR or directly to console key B, or you can import it directly to your AI missions. So I'll show you what that import looks like in just a minute. And you have fixes. Now these fixes, you'll see there's over 1,000 of these fixes, and these are actually culminated. There's a GitHub action that runs every night in the console KB, and it looks for issues that are common amongst many contributors, people that +1 things, people that like you'll see an issue in a repo, it'll be +1 several times. There are many people that are requesting or asking or looking for things. These missions they have all kinds of debug information about how to diagnose or troubleshoot the issue and then fix it potentially. So this is another one that you can go ahead and you can view the raw contents for. You can share it with others. You can import it and use it here locally. All of those items are located in the KubeStellar community listing here on the left. They're organized by different needs and categories. All right, so then you have the option of also importing a local repository. I'm sorry, including a public or private repository. So you could put in something like Club Anderson / I think it's sample. Let me see what it is. GitHub.com/Club Anderson. And let's see if I've got projects, repositories, mentoring community website. Where is the recent one? Sort, last updated. Okay, I don't have, oh, here it is, sample runbooks. Okay, copy the, all right, so sample-runbooks. So this should do it. Let's see if we go back, -runbooks. Okay, and it should load that information. Anyway, I got a bug there. So anyway, it loads in sample runbooks, and those runbooks are also in the format that you see in here. Okay, so you can arrange runbooks, and you can also use local files. And again, this can be in the format of readmes, of .yaml files, et cetera, and it will use these in your AI missions to fix things or install things according to your needs or wants. We also have this recommended button here. So this recommended button uses this faceted filter over here. Mike, I saw your hand. I'm just waiting to get an opportune moment to look at it, to look into it. So you can, this will go ahead and actually use the information that console knows about your clusters to make recommendations about things that might be pertinent to you. These are fixes that would be useful for you to use to overcome issues that you might be seeing in your specific clusters. For this one, it's picked out quite a few about Cert Manager. It's found issues during its operational analysis of my clusters that have a lot to do with Cert Manager. So it's recommending that I look at some of the missions that are included here. Okay, I'll stop there and look for questions. Mike, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I'm confused about type versus instance on missions, and was waiting for you also to get to the point of adding missions to you have some kind of a personal menu list or collection of missions, besides the KubeStellar KB.
Yeah. So this is what's in my personal runbooks. So this is a public repository, but this is what's in those runbooks. And so you can add just plain old YAML, a YAML that does applies multiple objects. You can use runbooks. These are runbooks that you can create. They're just MD files. And so you can create runbooks. These are common. Lots of people in
Okay.
enterprise organizations have them.
So
Yeah.
let me try and untangle some things. Let's
Yep,
just start
yep.
first with the basic type versus instance question.
Mhm.
Is a mission a kind of thing that happens? Like, for example, or a particular run of that thing.
Yeah. So this is a mission definition, and a mission is the actual verb.
The actual run. So there are
Yep,
mission definitions, and then there are mission runs.
correct.
Okay. And there's a marketplace of mission definitions. Um,
Yes,
okay. So in my console, as I run it, I have a collection of mission definitions that have come from KubeStellar KB, um, and I can also install additional mission definitions, right?
correct. Right. And you can do that through your repositories or files on your local file system.
All right. And when I add a mission definition, I do so by pointing it to a file that is a runbook.
It can be a YAML file or an MD.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And so the
what?
YAML files are typically just, a bunch of YAML that you would use to apply against the cluster. And a runbook might have other instructions that are either useful to the operator or information that would be used, but it can do other things like Helm, customize, kubectl commands, etc.
So by runbook, you mean one of these markdown files?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. And for the YAML files, went by too quickly. What a language or structure is in the YAML files?
Yeah, it's just a kubectl apply. It's
Oh,
an
okay.
object definition. Yeah.
Okay. Or it looks like a collection of object definitions.
Can be one or multiple. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Hmm. Thanks, Mike. Great question. Okay, so anybody else with any other questions here? Okay. All right. So now with all that, what you the next step here, and I'm just going to tease it because we don't have a lot of time left. But then you have these yeah, so here this is deploying Conflux, right? So this is here, and this is let me open this up. Boom. So this is an instance of where I deployed Conflux to one of our clusters. So it deployed it to Conflux CA using Helm, verified the connectivity, installed the vCluster Helm chart, waited for readiness, and verified the installation. So it went ahead and did all those things and then reported back what was installed and what was done. And at that point, I can go ahead and save the resolution. It'll go ahead and generate an AI summary. So I could say it's already saved away as a specific as it we use the mission in order to start this emission definition. But now if there were things encountered against my clusters that were special to it, and there were other things that were done as a result, you can save those things away privately or share to your organization. Okay, so there's those features. Now, the last thing I'll show you is mission control. So, production, security, compliance. So many times what happens is you go to you talk to somebody or you see a blog and you say, I need a production, security, compliance solution that will scan my containers for vulnerabilities, let's just say. Now, I could very well have seen someone say, oh, you can get this, by using X, Y, or Z, but now the challenge is how do I implement that? Because my cluster may have different, well, definitely has different configurations, different environment information than someone else's cluster does. And so someone that did this in demonstration, let's say at KubeCon, that was great, and they may have put a blog together, but and I know many times when you go to see these blogs and you read them, there are steps missing or there are things left out, and they're not necessarily omissions, but they do impact the results of what you're trying to do. So what this is to be successful in getting a solution deployed. So what this does is it goes ahead and simply just asks you for a title, and then you can give as much detail as you like about your about which about what you would like to see. And then you can even instruct and give information about what kind of projects you would like. So let's say let's say Trivi. Do we have Trivi? Okay, that's Triv. That's not right. So let's get, is this automatically? It's not searching for it. Okay, so you can add whatever you want over here, but there are also the other ones like Prometheus. I think it should find it. Let's see. Oh, okay, it already came back. So anyway, it came back. Let me get rid of this one. So it came back. This is the ones that it is recommended. Oh, there's Trivi. So it is recommended, this is what it's found exists. This is what it found in its search of my clusters. It found specific clusters that have specific things. In this case, it was scoped at just looking at kind clusters. And then says, okay, well, this is the stack that I recommend that you use. These are the ones that are required, and these are the ones that are recommended. Okay. So then you have the option there on the left, on the bottom here, is you can click on each one of these. And since these are all categories of items, not just the items themselves, you could say you wanted to switch out Falco for Tetragon, and it'll switch it out, or you can switch it out for Cube Armor or something like that. So now in the background, what it's doing is it's figuring out, okay, this is the mix of projects that you want me to use. So now it'll go and say, okay, well, here's your mix of clusters. Go ahead and whittle it down to the clusters that you want to deploy these on. You can do one or many clusters. And then you can also add your libraries there. Let's say I want Prometheus over there. I want this over here. And it will go ahead and then map out where these items will be can be installed, what the connections between them will do, how they will be connected, and then what the projects are and their dependencies and their install steps. So you can see if I hover over KubeArmor, this is one of the things, this dotted circle means that it's not installed yet and needs to be installed. And you can see on the right-hand side, it tells us what connections it will have, what those connections will do and provide, and the installation steps that it will take in order to install them. On the existing ones, like the Trivia Operator and Prometheus that are already in these clusters, there's no installation steps necessary. It's just a matter of configuration. So once I've got that set up, I can look at this in different overlays. Which of these are compute bound? Which of these are storage bound? Which of these are network? Which of these are security specific, etc. So those are overlays. And then I get a phased plan. And this shows me using the AI assisted method here, it would take me almost 40 minutes to deploy. And if I try to do this by human means, it would be about 2 to 5 hours. So then it gives you the plan as to what will be executed and how and in what order, and the rollback that will occur as a result. You have different things you can do, like hiding line labels. You can pause animation. You can minimize the info panel. You can maximize the info panel. You can make this. You can zoom in. You can zoom out. You can put it back to full screen. Okay. You also have this thing called YOLO over here. YOLO just says, hey, look, I'm going to figure out a way to put these in there. You don't have to be involved. You don't have to know about the steps. I'll figure out how to do this step by step without a phased plan. You also get the ability to download that plan. And so the plan will come complete with images and rollback plan and information about the steps that would be taken so that you can open up, let's say, a GitHub issue or something like that, and you can determine if you can consult with others if this is a sound plan. You can do a deploy on local clusters. This will automatically provision Klein Minikube K3S clusters and deploy the solution to it. You can deploy to your regular clusters if you're ready to go, or you can dry run to your regular clusters, which means it'll test, but it won't deploy. It will just do either Helm or kubectl in dry run mode. So that's mission control. Now this will take into account not only the missions that are in the console KB, but it'll also soon incorporate runbooks. So if it finds runbooks that you've already got predefined for Prometheus and Grafana monitoring, it will use those preferentially rather than the ones that the console KP comes with by default. Okay. All right. I hope that that's helpful. That's all I've got for you in terms of the demonstration today. If there's any comments or questions, I'll take those now. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate your time, and we'll have this meeting posted in a little while. Take care, everybody. Have a good 2 weeks. I'll see you again soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.